All right. How are you guys doing? That looks great. That looks great. Who had some fun last night? Who had too much fun last night? That's awesome too. Well, we're going to have a big day today. Do you guys learn something good for your business yesterday? All right, so today we have a lot to cover, so are you ready? All right, who's excited for the day? All right, I like it. Okay, so we're gonna get started. Ready? Yeah. Today, I might wobble with you guys. Today, I will try to get Mark on stage to dance with us. I don't know if that will work. I need some peer pressure. We'll see how it goes. Okay, cool. So we're gonna get started. Today, the first session that I share with you guys, make sure you take lots of notes. This is one of the sessions that you really want to be paying attention, that you really want to be taking notes. So I just want to warn you that. I'm going to cover a lot of information, and this information I guarantee and promise you that it's going to really help you. Okay, so yesterday I covered about inviting, right? People still remember inviting? Important stuff, right? So yesterday I covered the mindset of inviting and also how to invite, pretty simply, hot market and warm market. You still remember that? Cool. So you might be wondering, what about the rest of the markets, right? People who are not your hot market, people who are not necessarily your warm market, then what are you going to do with them, right? Have you wondered? People that you haven't seen at all in your life, meeting for the very first time, how do you invite them, right? Or people that you haven't seen for like 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, or 20 years, 30 years, how are you going to invite them? Have you wondered about that? Yeah, cool, right? So if you learn this, it's going to really help you. So today I'm going to cover cold market prospecting. So let's get going. Ready to take notes? Cool. So let's get going. Now I'm going to cover cold market prospecting training. And the reason why cold market is still good for you to learn is because once you figure it out, once you master the skill, you will literally never run out of people to talk to. And literally, you can be dropped off on a plane in any country or city that we're operating in, and you can start to build a new team. So this is a really useful skill. So pay attention. Now, but before I dive into cold market, I want to make it crystal clear. Remember my sad story yesterday? How I got like 60 rejections from the beginning? That's because I built from cold market, but only because I was in a situation that I did not have a choice. Because I did not choose to have that 60 rejections if I can choose, right? So if you are going for cold market, you're definitely gonna get a lot more rejections because as Zig Ziglar said, if people like you, they'll listen to you, but if they trust you, they'll do business with you. Cold market, they don't like you too much, maybe they like you kind of, but they don't know you and trust you that well. So naturally, you're gonna get a lot more rejections. So my advice, truly, is for you to please do go after your hot and warm market. But in the meantime, start to use this strategy to get to meet some, re-meet some older friends, or maybe start meeting some new people as well, so you can add them to your list. Sounds cool? So promise me 1,000% you are still going to go after your hot market and warm market first. Cool? Now, I want to cover a couple of mindsets. Mindsets are really important. So I'm going to give you 3 key mindsets when it comes to cold market. And it's really important to remember. So the number 1 mindset is strangers are just friends you have not met yet. Strangers are just friends you have not met yet. Now, because if you think about it, today, if I ask you who your best friends are, if I ask you who are the people that you always spend time and hang around with, chances are, I'm betting money on this, that is not the baby sleeping next to your bed when you're born at the hospital, right? So somehow along the way, you met these people, you got along with them, and they became your best friend, and people that you hang around with, people that you can talk to, right? So if you just have this mindset, because as we come to cold market, a lot of people are like afraid, they get timid, they get scared of, oh, I don't know what to do at cold market. But if you know that strangers are just friends you've not met yet, you can start to meet a new friend that could one day become your best friend too, right? Awesome. So have that in your mind so you're not fearful. Strangers are just friends you have not met yet. Cool? All right, the second one. It is so important because I always get asked this question. When do I pitch them? You wonder, right? When I pitch them, when I sell them. You see, when it comes to cold market, I want you to remember, stop selling and start interviewing. You are choosing your travel buddies and your business partners. If you come across some people that you just meet and the energy is totally off and they're asking Twilight Zone questions, or they're just those people that you look at them and you want to vomit. Maybe a little dramatic. But you imagine you're going to be at Dream Trips eating breakfast with them. I don't know if that's exactly what you want, right? So you do want to, as you talk with them, you are sort of interviewing them to see if this is the person that you want to work with, that you want to hang out with, that you want to travel the world with. And do you think this person's the right business partner? If they're so negative, they complain about everything, maybe that's not the right person, right? We want to show a lot of people, but there are some people that maybe that is not right for you. If they're in your business, they may drag you down and just drain your energy and poison your team. So you're interviewing. Make sure that you understand this. You don't desperately want everybody. You want the right person to travel with, to do business with. So have that in your mindset. Cool? Now, number 3, and this is really, really, really important, because as we go to hot market and warm market, you can always just text them, or you can buy them lunch, or twist their arms and threaten them to come out to see a presentation, right? Some of you do that, I know. But for cold market, you know what? None of that would really work. Well, maybe buying lunch would work, right? But a lot of times what you do to hot market and warm market is not going to work for cold market because they don't know you. They don't care about you. If they promise you they're going to come out, they may not come out, right? That is the fact, because they have no relationships with you. So number 3 is how you get people out almost 100% of the time, and that is mindset number 3. And that is you want to connect, you want to build relationship, this is your goal, and also very, very key, you want to find out their wants and their needs, and you want to become a solution provider. Now, you want to find out their wants and their needs, because these are cold market, they don't know you. There's no reason for them to come out to see you. Do you realize that? Unless you find a reason for them to come see you, then there's a reason for them to come and see you. So you really have to find out their wants and their needs. I'm going to show you how I can do that exactly. I'm going to give you the scripts, okay? So you want to become a solution provider. What it means is, think about it. Yesterday I talked about inviting. I talked about our platform being a gift. Remember that? And we help to solve a lot of problems for people. We help them to have more fun in their life. We help them to travel the world. We help them to save money. We help them to create amazing memories. We help them to give back. We help them to learn. They help them to help people. They help them to create an income, right? It's really a pretty all-around solution. So we are going to find out what they need, what they want, and then provide a solution, our platform for them to improve their lives. Sounds cool? So 3 important mindset, have that in your mind. Now, so after the mindset, let's talk about this. If you are going for cold market, there are some ground rules. First of all, be genuine about it. Don't be fake, don't be weird, just be yourself, be comfortable, be natural. And Mark talked about this as well, and as you will hear over this weekend, your listening skill is really important. The best salesperson you can say, the best network marketer, are not those blah, 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 blah. Those are the best listeners. Are you listening? Yeah, cool. Just testing you. You want to ask questions. You want to become a great listener. Know that who asks the questions controls the conversation. So you want to ask with a purpose, and you want to listen actively, and that is really important. And that differentiates, I guess, why cold markets some people consider a little harder, because you really have to work on your listening skills. Cool? Now, some people ask me then how and where is the best places to go find this cold market, right? right? Remember yesterday I told you my sad story when I first started? I did literally everything. Stand on the street giving out flyers. I mean, I don't know if you want to do that. I would not recommend doing that. You could do what you want, I mean, seriously, but I would not recommend you to stand on the street, give a flyer and poster and surveys and all that. So over the years, all these trial and errors, for me, I figured out 6 places that for me was the best places to find my best prospects. You guys want to know? Cool. So let's get started. Number one is what I call networking events. Now, I don't know how this part of the world works, but for my part of the world in Asia, there are lots of websites. You can go on Google, literally put in your city, and put in networking events, and sometimes that would already come out. And if not, try a place called meetup.com. Or maybe go to, I don't know if you have something called the BNI, or maybe a Lions Club, stuff like that. So that's a networking event. So why is it cool to go networking events? First of all, people who go to networking events are likely to be entrepreneurs, they are small business owner, they are driven, motivated, because think about it, people who are not driven and motivated, they are not at the event. They are at home sitting on the sofa and watching TV, right? So you're naturally putting yourself at the right place, that you're exposed to people who are entrepreneur and small business owner and people who are driven, who are motivated. And those are people who also truly understand the value of networking. They are there because they want to get to know people. They understand that the network is the net worth. They understand the importance of referral marketing. So these are people who are likely to connect with you. They're usually more open-minded. They are more likely to give you a referral. Got it? So put yourself in the right environment, and then you're off to a good start. Now, that's number 1. Number 2, I would say personal development seminars. Now, let me be very clear. I am not going to ask you to spend thousands of dollars to go to some of the seminars out there. I mean, there are a lot of seminars that's going to cost you thousands and thousands of dollars. I'm not asking you to do that. You could do that. That is your choice. But I'm telling you that our training program is as good as it gets. And also what is so good about our training program is you can apply directly on your business right here. So I'm not asking you to spend thousands and thousands of dollars. But I'm saying if there's something that's out there that's not going to cost you a fortune, that is something that you've always wanted to learn. I don't care if it's you wanting to improve certain skills or communication or leadership, whatever, or you just want to go learn how to do gardening or how to do better exercise. I don't care. It's somewhere that you can go learn something and improve your life. Okay, cool? And don't spend a whole lot on money. The reason why you want to go there is then you can learn. You can meet like-minded friends who have the same interests as you. And likely, these people are also driven, motivated, coachable, and they want more in life. If they don't want more in life, they're not going to be in personal development seminar, right? Let's be real. So you're putting yourself naturally in a right environment to get the right prospect. Got it? Cool. Now, those 2 that I just told you are my top favorites. But if you're into sports, then go to your sports team, athletic groups, marathon runners. I talk about this a little bit, right? We want to have good fitness. So if you are into sport, you're doing this already, then that's great. This is your environment. It's good for your health. These are people that are driven, motivated, they're team players, they're competitive, they have winner's mindset, and they normally don't quit, right? Marathon runners. So this is a good place, especially if you're into sports. Now, number 4, people who are on commissions. Now, just think about it. There are a lot of people probably around you that maybe you have not shown them, you have known them, maybe you've done business with them, you've given them business. You're financial planners, you're real estate agents, and you're Uber driver, or maybe a personal trainer and tutors. I mean, let's get real. If you want to get to know a real estate agent, it's pretty simple. Just walk around a block. I'm sure you can pick up a lot of phone numbers, right? You can go chat with people. I'll teach you how you can do that to start the conversation. But think about it. These are people who are on flexible schedule. The reason being, they don't want a fixed income. They don't want a regular 9 to 5. They want to have more flexibility in life, and that is why they chose what they do, right? And also, they don't want an income ceiling. So what we offer is going to also fit into that. We have flexible time. We have no income ceiling, so they can still do what they do while they start building this. So these are good prospects to have. Number 5, speakers, coaches, and teachers. The reason being, they are more people-oriented. Usually, they have good communication skills. They love to help people. They're more patient. They're comfortable with public speaking. Now, I'm not saying that you have to become a very good public speaker to do this business. No, I've seen people who succeeded at a very high level, and they never do public speaking. They push play all along, they invite people to travel party all along, so you don't have to. It's not a requirement for you to succeed in this business. But if people have the skills, it's naturally gonna help, especially if they're your team member. They're able to do a lot of things on their own very quickly. They're gonna pick up some things very quickly. Sounds good? Cool. Number 6. And this is a category that people are professionals, high achievers, like doctors, dentists, lawyers, corporate executives, being because they have track record of success. We always say success leaves clues. So people who are achieving a high level, chances are their work ethics is right. Chances are they will have the end goal in mind, so they work hard. They have winner mindset. They don't give up easily. Because of these traits, that's how they made it to the top of their own professions, right? So if you can get these people, then they could be very, very good for your business. Of course, sometimes they're too into the traditional so-called success mindset. They might be very focused on their career. It's fine. Your goal, it is not your job to convince everybody to join. Your job is only to show people. The right person at the right timing will come on board. And I'm going to show you later on in one of my scripts, which is going to help you, I believe, how you can actually invite somebody today, even though it's a person that you have not contacted for a long time. So all contacts who have a track record of success that you have not spoken to for a long time, you can still invite them out this week. Cool? Now, if you are going to go meet people face to face, so I'm going to give you just a couple of tips. If you're meeting people at networking events, personal development seminar, with the goal of networking and getting to know cold markets, prospects, you want to dress a little bit for it. You want to be a little more prepared for that. So dress for success, and smile. Smile, in my thinking, is the best makeup, right? Smiling always attract people, right? People like people who are happy. Can you smile to the person to the left and to the right? Yeah, and they have a good smile? Yeah, good? Happy? They know how to smile? Or they have their breakfast stuck on their teeth? Just kidding. Good, right? They have great smile, right? See? You see how people become much more attractive when they're smiling, right? Much more friendly. So smile. I'm always smiling, for the most part. Okay, and we talked about eye contact yesterday. Mark talked about this quite extensively, right? Eye contact, people think that you're more sincere, you're more honest, and eye contact is a great way to connect. So practice a little bit. Don't be afraid to look at people in the eye, because it's a good thing, right? So eye contact. And if you're meeting people for the first time, I don't know how you guys do it. Maybe you guys do different hand signals here? Or do you do handshakes? Handshakes, cool. I don't know if you do this, the islander way, I don't know. So where I came from, we do handshake. So you do want to have a firm handshake. Have you come across people with a flimsy handshake? Right, yeah, right. So firm handshake, yes. So that'd be good. So the last part is, if you do have a business card, you can hand out whatever business card that you have right now in your profession. That is totally fine, because as you find out later on when I teach you, your goal is not about your card. The goal is just to connect, and then you can actually invite them, not even based on what is on your business card. So the key is just to get their phone number. So I sometimes even do that. I might not even hand out a business card, but rather ask them for the phone, ask them for the Facebook, just to connect. And if I get the phone number, I will send them a text like that night. If I get a Facebook, I will send them a message on the Facebook right away. Say, hi, we connected today. Because chances are, if we're at a networking event, they're going to meet a lot of people. So you want them to remember you. Then the best way to do that is send them a text message or send them a message right after you meet them. That's a really good tip. Otherwise, they won't remember you. Cool? Now, the good thing is cold market prospecting, when you figure it out, it's really not that hard, and there are only 4 steps. Not 20,000 steps, just 4 steps. 4 steps. So, number 1, connect. Number 2 is form, F-O-R-M. Number 3 is invite. Number 4 is confirm the appointment. So 4 easy breezy steps, and you can invite people this week. Now, let me go over each step and what it really means. Now, step number 1, connect. Imagine that you are in a room. You just met somebody, say in a networking event or whatever event. You are here, she is here, right? In order for you to eventually invite them to a presentation, you have to start the first point of connecting. So that means you notice each other and you start your conversation. Remember Mark said, I don't care what you say, just say something. It's literally kind of like that. So your goal is just to connect. I'm going to give you a couple of scripts that I've been using that I find it to be quite comfortable, so I'm going to give you that. For example, you can say, if you are at a networking event or whatever event that you are, you can say, hey, is this your first time here at this networking event? Your goal is just to connect, okay? So start a conversation, say something. Is this your first time here at this networking event? Or, what brought you here? What brought you here? Are you here to learn about whatever that event is about? Maybe you're here to learn about building a business or earning extra income or learning how to do gardening, whatever, right? You just want to connect. What brought you here? Are you here to learn about blah, blah, blah? You just want to connect. Number 3 is, this is also a very good way, and you can use it anywhere. You say, my name is Millie Leung. I'm here for the very first time at this event. Nice to meet you. Put out your hand. And what do people do when you put out your hand? They will accept it, they will shake your hands, right, likely. And as you say what your name is, chances are they will say what their name is. So you connect. That's the first step. So you say what your name is. You might not need to say the second line depending on where you are. My name is Millie Leung, nice to meet you. That also works. You just want to connect. Last, this is a complimentary approach, but be real about it. If they're wearing ugly shoes, don't say you have nice shoes, right? That's a nice looking pair of shoes. Where did you get it? Right? So say something nice about people. That's a nice coat. That's a nice jacket. Where did you get it? You just want to connect. Be real, be genuine about it. So number 1, step 1, connect. Easy? Got it so far? Cool. Now, second step is form, F-O-R-M. I still remember how I learned about this. So years ago, when I first started, 7+ years ago, I was struggling, doing everything about cold market. And then I was just hitting walls. I didn't know how to do this. And one day, a gentleman by the name of Peter Powderham came to Singapore. Anybody here have heard about Peter Powderham? There are a few hands up, cool. If you don't know about him, we just announced on stage in Europe that he is the #1 income earner in Europe. Yes, he in fact is a gentleman who has more than 30 years of industry in the direct selling industry. He's the top income earner, and he also sits in the association in Europe for direct selling, so he is responsible more than 30 years ago to start the direct sales regulations in Europe. So this is a gentleman who has incredible experience in the direct selling industry. And about 7+ years ago, I was really struggling, and he came to Singapore for the very first time that I met him, and I was fortunate to have about 5 minutes with him. And I told him, I really want to succeed here in the business, but I just have the situation that I don't know anybody. Can you teach me how I can even talk to cold market? And this is a strategy that he taught me in 5 minutes. And I've been using it since then. So he said, Millie, do you know about form strategy? I said, no, what is it? He said, form is very simple. Remember FORM, that stands for family, occupation, recreation, and money. The key is that if you ask people questions about these 4 categories, family, occupation, recreation, and money, if you start the conversation, chances are people are going to tell you exactly what they need and exactly what they want. And then you can use that to invite them to your presentation. I say, wow, really? So I'm going to give you some examples of the script of what you can ask in these aspects. Now, you don't have to ask a prospect in every area. Just pick which area you want to do, or you can do multiple areas. Just get to find out what they need and want. So get ready. Your goal is to find out if he or she is a good match. Like I said earlier, you don't want the Twilight Zone people. Now, you want to find out what he or she wants and needs, and this is your goal, okay? Remember that. Now, family. What kind of questions can you ask about family? For example, do you have any children? How old are they? It's a pretty easy conversation, especially if you know around the age they may have kids. Or say, where are you from? Where are you from? You want to start a conversation and see. I will give you some examples of how I actually brought in people from asking that questions later on. Now, if you go to occupation, now this is one of the favorite area to ask because a lot of times you can find out the needs and wants from here. Like, what do you do for a living? And that's a pretty common question, right? You see somebody, you ask them, what do you do for a living? Chances are they'll tell you the professions. And how do you like your job? How do you like your job? And a lot of times, you will find that people say, oh, it's okay, it's a job. What does it tell you? They're not like in love with their job. They are just getting by a job to get, to pay the bills. Chances are a lot of times it's like that. So that's a great way to get to their needs and wants. How do you like your job? Or you can ask, have you ever considered doing something else, or are you happy with where you are today? Right? So you can find out where they are exactly, how happy they are with the career. Cool? Now, let's go to recreation. Recreation is about what they do as a hobby, what is fun for them. You can ask them, what do you like to do for fun? What do you like to do during your spare time? If they say travel, ding, 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 ding. I've actually had many people say they love travel. And that's like, ding, 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 I'll invite them right away. And if they say something else, say they want to play golf, they like to play tennis or whatever, you can say, how often do you get to do that? How often do you get to golf? And they say whatever the answer is. Probably they say not enough. And if there's a way I can teach you and help you to get more time to play golf, would you be open to take a look? Cool, right? So you want to find out what they like and want to do as for fun. Number 3, any good vacations you've been on recently that you can recommend. You want to start a conversation about travel. You can do that. So as they say, you can go into the conversation of, do you like traveling, etc., etc. And then I will give you a script later on today as well. Now the key word I do want to say, try to use the word open. Would you be open to take a look? If you say open, you get more yeses than if you say, are you interested? Most people, they may say, I'm not interested. But most people would not say, I am not open. It sounds really funny, right? I'm not open. So just by tweaking that word a little bit, you're going to get a higher percentage of yes. Are you open to take a look? Rather than, are you interested to take a look? You hear the difference? Because people don't want to say, I'm not open. That sounds weird, right? So you get a lot more yeses. Tiny thing. Now, money. Are you keeping your income options open as you go along the conversation? Especially if you're at a networking event, you see somebody who is sharp, who looks intelligent, you can compliment them, say, hey, you look like a really smart guy, you look like a really sharp guy. I just want to ask you, this may be out of the blue, but are you keeping your income options open? Right? Are you working full-time with your job, or do you have other side projects that you're involved in? You want to find out if they're open to doing other things other than the jobs. This may or may not be for you, but if I could share with you a way to earn extra income without interviewing what you're currently doing, would you be open to it? Cool, right? Good stuff. You are allowed to duplicate. You are allowed to use it word for word. And last, this is also a really good one. My company is expanding in this region of the world, and I'm wondering if you know of anyone who is positive, who likes to travel, and be open to an additional income source. So you can change the word. You can use people who are smart, who are, pleasant to work with, who loves to travel. You can use your own adjective, but you get the point, right? So my company is expanding in the region of this world, and I'm wondering if you know of anyone. It's sort of like what Mark said yesterday. You're fishing. If they say, hey, do you know of anyone? They say, yeah, I am actually looking for that. They may say, I am, right? So these are some of the scripts that you can use in terms of starting a conversation for money. Good? Now, number 3. Become the solution provider. You want to invite them. So this is how it works. I'm going to give you some examples. For example, when I talked about asking about the family, now this is exactly what I did. You can use this in person. You can also start a conversation on a chat, on a WhatsApp, on a Facebook Messenger. It doesn't even matter. It can be friends you haven't met for a long time. You chat up with them, you connect with them, and then you ask them questions. Hey, how are you doing? How are you doing with the family? So I have this lady that I've never met. We just somehow connected on Facebook. So we start messaging each other on Facebook. I say, hey, where do you live? She said, oh, I live in Kuala Lumpur in Malaysia, and I lived in Singapore at the time. And I said, well, what do you do? She said, I'm a secretary in this company. I've been working there for 8 years. I said, how do you like your job? She said, well, it's just a job. And you know, she's not very happy with it. I said, well, how is your family? She said, well, I have 3 kids. They're 8 years old, 4 years old, and 2 years old. And I really would love to spend more time with them, but my job is so busy that I don't get to see them very often. And the moment she said that, she just told me her needs and wants. Do you realize that? I said, if there is a way I can help you to create extra income on the side such that you can spend more time with your children, would you be open to take a look? What do you think she said? Yes. Now, this is a lady I've never met in my life, somebody that we just connected on Facebook. And I told her, I found out in Kuala Lumpur where the next travel party is. There was 2 on that week, Tuesday and Thursday. I asked her, Sandra, so would you be willing to drive to Kuala Lumpur? I found out that it's half an hour away. I said, are you free on Tuesday or Thursday? She said, Tuesday. She drove by herself. I was not there. Half an hour to Kuala Lumpur, attended a travel party, and signed up on the spot. You realize that she didn't go to the presentation because of me. She went to the presentation because of her. She has a needs and wants she wants to fulfill, and that's why she drove half an hour by herself without me being there, show up herself at the presentation, open to hear what may help her in her life, and she signed up. Got it? Cool. So when you can find out people's needs and wants, it's really, really powerful. Now, I'll give you another example. I have this friend that I haven't met for a long time. I'm not going to tell you how long because he's my primary 6 classmate, which means we met when we were grade 6. It's a while ago. So, no, not long ago. Not very long. Some time ago. So we haven't seen each other since grade 6. So I said, so how are you doing? He said, oh, I'm good, chit-chatting, right? What are you doing? We literally have not seen each other since grade 6. So I said, how are you doing? I said, I saw that you're married, you have kids, right? Yeah, the family is great. And I said, what do you do? He said, I'm in an IT company. I'm the head of IT. We do programming, some stuff for clients. He said some words that I didn't understand, it's programming stuff. I said, that's cool. How do you like your job? I said, well, it's okay. And he said, well, lately our company is actually downsizing. We just have to lay off a lot of people, and I have to be in charge of laying off people. I said, oh, no, that doesn't sound very good. He said, yeah, that is kind of our business because it's not doing so well lately. I said, well, do you think you could switch to a job that may be more stable? He said, well, this industry right now, our specific area of that industry is not doing so well, so other companies not really hiring. I said, oh, well, I don't know if this really helps you, but I have a side project that may be able to help you bring in more income so that you have more choice of whether you want to keep this job. Would you be open to take a look? What do you think he said? Yes. I invited him to a travel party in Hong Kong. He came with his wife, which is great, right? And after the presentation, I said, are you in or out? They said, yes. I gave them a form. They signed up. So when you can find out people's needs and wants, it's really powerful. I mean, I can give you so many examples because I literally cold market signed up more than 100 people just by using this strategy. So definitely it's not going to work 100%, but it's going to definitely increase your chances of building a big team. Cool? Now, number 4, very simply, once you find out the needs and wants, get that exact same phrase at what the problem is. Remember just now I said that lady, she wants more time with her children. I use that exact same phrase and invited that person, right? If you go back to number 3, use that same phrase. If there's a way I can help you to plug in the problem, would you be open to take a look? Again, use open rather than interested. That will help you a lot. Now, number 4, once you do that, Ta-da! Confirm your appointment right away. Awesome, let's meet up or let's meet online, whatever that is, right? Are you free on Tuesday or Thursday? Are you free this week? Whatever you say, confirm the appointment. I normally give them time to choose from, but if you're free the whole week, then why aren't you free this week? That also works, whenever. Confirm your appointment. And now, you have done step one. You've invited a cold market. Awesome, awesome, awesome. You think you can do this? Yeah, let's give a high five to the person left and right to you and say, you are awesome. Cool stuff. Now, I want to give you something extra today. I want to give you something additional to what I just said. I want to give you some very useful script that I found that may help you as well on top of what you just learned. So pick what you like, pick what is helpful for you for the situation. But I'm going to give you some more scripts. Now, in different situations, so take a picture of this or write down notes for this, a networking approach. You can also use the script to invite people. It's lovely to meet you here at this networking event. You seem like a sharp guy. I'd love to connect with you over a cup of coffee so that we can get to know each other, business more, and see how we can collaborate and help each other. When are you available this week, Tuesday or Thursday? So this is the exact same script. I met a guy at a networking event for the first, I met him for 15 minutes. I used the script, I invited him, and we met up for coffee, and I showed him my presentation. He showed me his financial plan, but he joined me on the spot. And he was the person that helped me to reach director when I first got started. So at networking event, this is really, really useful. So opportunist approach, what brought you here today to the seminar? Are you here to learn about building business, building extra income? I'm working on something really interesting on, whatever that is, building a business, earning extra income too. Would you be open to take a look? You just want to throw your bait out there. People who are open, they say yes. Nothing for you to lose, right? People who are open for it, they say yes, let's meet up. Confirm the appointment. Got it? Number 3, visionary approach. I'm partnering with some American top business minds to reshape or revolutionize the whole travel lifestyle industry. Just like how Uber reshaped the taxi industry and WhatsApp reshaped the telecommunication industry. Let's exchange contact and meet up for coffee next week. Powerful stuff. So this is like big business visions, right? Cool stuff. Especially this will work for people who are already running business. Got your pictures? Cool. Now this one is called old context. Now I cannot take any credit for it. I got this from triple IMD, Mr. Matt Morris. Yes, triple IMD. He said this, for all contacts that you haven't contacted for a while, this is what he used. He said, hey, Jennifer, we haven't seen each other for years. Listen, I would love to catch up with you, but the purpose of my call today, this may be total crazy shot in the dark. I have started a business and looking for some sharp people who I'd like to partner with to expand it. I remember you as someone who is successful and ambitious. I'm just wondering if you would be open to meet up to discuss further. Powerful stuff, right? Cool stuff. But use it, really, if that person seems like a sharp guy, right? You want to be genuine about it, right? Cool? You know what I mean? So all contact, you can use this, and you can literally invite them out this week. Cool. Now, remember, like I said earlier, it's a numbers game. Some will, some won't, some way to remember that. It's not 100%. Nothing is 100%, right? But you want to show them, you want to plant the seed and let them know that you are here. Even later on, they may come back at the right timing. So you're planting a seed, you're sorting through your numbers. Make the numbers your friend. And this is what I like to use, but you can do what you want. I like to add them to my Facebook or social media to keep in touch. I find that using social media is quite a good way just to keep in touch. Just so people are on your Facebook, they see how your life changes, how you're having a lot of fun. You are attracting people. Cool, that's helpful so far. But I do want to give you just a couple of tiny tips on Facebook or social media for that matter. Just a couple of tips that I want you to remember if you are using social media in any ways. There are some do's and don'ts. That's going to help you. Do is, remember, social media is for you to socialize and build relationship. People are not there for you to sell them. People are not there for you to pitch them. So people are on social media just to socialize and build relationships. So you are there to socialize and build relationships. You want to create curiosity. Create curiosity so that people are attracted to you. People come look for you. So that implies that we should not be posting your sign-up link. Ta-da! You should not be posting your You Should Be Here video on your Facebook because that would kill the curiosity, right? You want to create curiosity with your lifestyle, with what you're doing. Add value. If there's something great to share, like a positive call or something that you read, something that might be helpful, go share it. Add value to people's life. Establish your brand. Let people know who you are, what you represent. If you love volunteering, show that. If you love reading, your personal development, you're into positive things, post that. Show who you represent. Follow-up tool. Facebook is lovely follow-up tool. I always say if they're on my Facebook, they are one day going to sign up. So this is what you should do. But I want to show you, more importantly, what not to do. And this is the last slide. Don't sell. Come check out my opportunity. Come do this. Buy this. No. Not good. Don't post a sign-up presentation links because you want to maintain that curiosity. Don't spam or mass tag people. That's the first thing that you get deleted or unfriend. Cool. And don't be negative and complain. That's a big one. Cool. So I hope this helps you. It really is a lot of information. So use it, apply it, and see the difference in your business. Go rock it, guys. Thank you so much.